Hello everyone and welcome back to A Mile of My Stilettos. Today I'm going to be showing you how I do this closure sewing with no glue, no gel, no got to be, none of that, just a needle and thread. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my stocking cap situated and I'm going to get started. So when you're doing your closure, you want to make sure that you place it kind of where you want it to be. I want mine to be a real natural type look, so I'm not putting it too far forward, not in front of my hairline. I have it a little bit set back, and that is intentional. And from there, I'm going to start sewing the closure on. When you're sewing on your closure, it's important to sew down one side at a time. Do not start on one end and sew all the way around to the front side of your closure. That's what leads to it being lumpy and just not setting flat and laying right. You want to sew it down one side at a time. Trust me. So I go around and I sew half, and then I basically go back and sew around towards the front of my hairline where I started at again. And you'll see I put a clip in just to help me hold that closure in place. And then from there, you're just going to basically go and you're going to tie your knot and cut it, and then you're going to start on the other side of the closure. You want to make sure that you're pulling taut, not tight, but taut. And basically the difference is you're wanting to pull it, but not to create too much tension. Just pull it tight enough to make sure that it is laying flat. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to sew towards the back of the closure, and then you're going to go back up towards the front. And from there, you see I'm just making sure it's laying how I want it to, and I'm going to twist it up, I'm going to pin it, and then I'm going to start with my traditional sewing. So I want my hair to be thick, so one of the things that I'm doing is I am layering the track. So I have folded the track over so that it's double, and I'm sewing it down that way because again, I want this hair to be nice and full when I put it in. And also what you'll notice is I am not cutting these tracks. I want to be able to reuse this hair without it being a struggle or being stressful. So I am just folding the tracks over, and I'm going to continue to fold them over back and forth as I sew them in. Alrighty, so this is what one set of bundles looks like. This is my 24-inch bundle. I put the longest on the bottom. This is the next bundle. So I'm 2 bundles in, and yep, I'm just going to keep going. And now I'm going to start sewing that top bundle in. You want to make sure that you always sew your closure down first. Whenever you're doing a closure sew-in or a frontal sew-in, make sure you sew that part down first. So you see I'm just going back and forth. I'm going back and forth, flipping the hair like I was before. So yeah, you could just watch me do that. Okay, you guys, so what you see me doing now is I am sewing the last of the tracks. I'm attaching them to the closure. So this is important because you want to make sure that your sewing is going to be laying flat, and you want to have no gaps. You don't want the wind blowing and people seeing that cap underneath or your braids underneath or anything like that. So this is an important step, just to attach your tracks to the closure that you put on earlier, and it's going to just help make your weave more secure. And so you want to make sure this is very flat, and I am doing plenty of knots here because I want to make sure it is nice and secure. And so yeah, this is going to give it a nice clean look. And then I'm going to cut off the additional track that is there. That's the first time I'm cutting these tracks, you guys. Again, you don't have to be having your tracks all chopped and screwed, cutting them all the time. You can reuse them more easily if you just use the fold over method I've been using, and do that so that then, you know, you can reuse your tracks more easily. Now, I have mascara. So if you don't know, you can use mascara to slick down your edges. And for me, it's a 2-for-1 right now because obviously my edges are purple. So using this mascara not only slicks them down, but it turns them black. And I've never had any adverse reactions or issues using mascara on my edges. I do it more often than you would think, especially if I am doing a sew-in. So I just put y'all up on game. I've never had any issues, and honestly, it doesn't leave that oily residue on my weave like sometimes edge control does. So it's actually my preference sometimes, believe it or not, to finish off with mascara instead of using an edge control, and it really lays your edges. Listen, you see your girl's edges are laid, okay? So now I'm just getting everything situated and positioned, making sure that closure is sitting where I want it to be, not too far back or anything like that. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get some mousse. This is not any fancy dancy mousse. This is just some mousse that I have around the house. You can use whatever mousse you have. So I'm just getting this mousse, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to smooth it down on my hair. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my Got To Be hairspray. You can use any hairspray or spritz that you have laying around, and you just want to lightly spray it, and then I'm going to comb it down. Don't forget to subscribe. You see the button, y'all, subscribe. I love doing hair tutorials. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to smooth that down, and then I put my hair in a ponytail so that I could go ahead and I could wrap my hair up. I left it wrapped for about 15 or 20 minutes, and that's just to make sure everything is setting in place now. You guys, I ran off and started filming videos like immediately after, so I do apologize, but this is the finished look. I did end up scooting that closure up a little bit more. My husband was like, scoot it up a little bit more. So I did scoot it up a little bit more, just to, you know, make him feel a little better about the situation. But this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. More hair tutorials in the future. If there's any styles you want to know how to do, make sure you let me know so that I can show you how. Until next time.